This is the Vistapoint integration with SolidWorks. So here I am in SolidWorks. I have a jet assembly and I have a couple parts here. And here is the Vistapoint integration. It has a Vistapoint tab, and here I can import, check it out, check it in from here, prepare a component, view properties, and add any custom commands. So if I want to upload it to Vistapoint, I can go directly from SolidWorks and say import. It will then analyze the assembly and read any references and upload all those files as well. And in configuration, I can also customize, what types of files it adds as a reference. Of course, it can read the SolidWorks file and find the files that are referenced in the assembly, but I can also add supporting files, any PDFs or reports, and I can specify those file types that I want to automatically or manually upload and add as a reference or remove a reference. So I can have all those files that I want to work with for this assembly. And then I can upload it to Vistapoint. I can add a version comment if I want to. And then we'll save the assembly file and any of the reference files that I have as well. If I go back to Vistapoint, here I have my uploaded files, and I can also view that information in Vistapoint. You can look at the references, and here I have a small preview. I can click on the reference files to see those files as well. It also extracts the attributes, and I can map those attributes to index fields, and then, of course I can add more index fields here as well. So here I have the mass 3.067, which is mapped to the mass attribute from the SolidWorks file. And here I have my version history. If I want to work on my SolidWorks assembly, click on Checkout. It will then open up directly in SolidWorks. Then I can make a change, or I can create a drawing. So I'm just going to create a simple drawing here. Just some views of this engine, jet engine, and then when I'm done, I need to save the drawing. Then I can also import. It will automatically create a PDF or a TIFF or an e-drawing if I want to. That can be configured. If you want to have it ask to create it automatically, or just create it every time you check it in for a drawing. Then you can see the drawing here, and now I have all my reference files here as well, a PDF, TIFF file, and then the assembly that goes along with it. So I can import that as well, add a version comment. Then we'll upload those files as well to Vistapoint. Now I have my files. Here I have my e-drawing and the PDF and the TIFF file that I created. And I can preview these as well if I want to. And then let's look at the version history. So if I have a file here, an assembly, and I want to insert a part, or insert a component, insert an existing part, say I add this ring, and then I check it back in. I want to show how you can save the referenced assemblies, reference files for each version. So if you have an original version that has the 3 parts, and then you check it in, you have a version with those 3 parts, and then if you say you add parts later, you can always go back to a previous version with the original parts. So it saves the reference tree. So now I've added a part, and then I can check it in, add a version comment. It will also then upload the new part that I added. Here I have the new part that I added, but let's say I actually want to go back to previous version, so where I didn't have the part. I can go back here to the assembly, go to the version, so if I click on document, and then I click on versions, I can go back to the previous version, restore version, and then if I look at the CAD properties, for example, I can see that it's now gone back to the previous version where I just had the 3 parts as references. So I can check it out. You can see that I now have the part, the assembly without the part, the ring attached. So I can check it in, and of course I can always go back to the version that I overrode as well if I want to. So if I want to click on the assembly again, I can then restore the second version. So if I restore this one again, it now has the part. So if I click on CAD properties, it now has the part again attached. So you can think of these CAD properties as really your project files. So any of the files you need to work on this product, this assembly, whether it be SolidWorks files, references actually in the CAD drawing, or other references as well, PDFs, documents, anything you need to be productive. If I check out my assembly again, we can see where it goes in the workspace. So here it goes to the checkout folder, so see CAD workspace with the main file as the folder name. So if I check out my jet, you can see that all the files here, all the files are now in the workspace. I can also specify what files I want to associate with this assembly or this profile. So if I have the main files being assemblies or parts or drawings, and I also want to add any PDFs or pictures in the workspace folder, I can do that as well. So I can specify .jpeg files. I can do .step files, for example. And I can save that setting. So I've added my step file, and then if I want to check it in, it will then analyze the assembly again. You can see I added now the JPEG related files. So here, there's a lot of JPEGs here now. And here I also have my step file. So I now have my associated files here, which I can also use to check out and check in all at once. And I can see now that I have my step file here as well. So as we saw with the SolidWorks integration, I can automatically create PDF, e-drawing, or TIFF file at check-in, and I can also have all my associated files checked out and checked in all at once. If you have any questions, please reach out at opendomain.com. Thank you.